Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Imperial Pacific International is behind on payment once again. Also tonight, the signing of the 2021 budget brings in a new fiscal year. And pool operations are changing up at the CNMI Department of Labor. We have the details. In sports, we are hungry for a fight, even a food fight. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Great customer rep, always willing to go above and beyond for his customers.
I truly hope she gets noticed at work, since I do see she is a hard worker.
The food technician that visited my home was great and helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. You really keep it up.
Your customer service is always very good.
Awesome customer service with great technicians that are really helpful.
Thank you so much, Sherlyn and Docomo Pacific.
That's so sweet. It feels good to see this kind of messages because we try our best to do customer service.
We make sure that we will 100% resolve the issues.
For all those people that are seeking assistance.
I just want my customers happy
and help them out each and every day.
I would want to go to a place with someone that's just like me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come to Docomo and you'll feel like you're at home.
Come, take your turn at the most unique restaurant on Saipan. Daily lunch specials are just $9.99 and come with super salad. Happy hour starts at 5 o'clock. And dinner features spectacular sunsets and great food at reasonable prices. 360 can be chartered for parties, events, birthdays, and weddings. Make it special. Make it 360. The best food and view all the way around.
Buy one, get one free for the off-road adventure at Marianas Trekking. Come ride our side-by-sides at our best price ever and experience a great 90-minute trail ride. Rain or shine, hopefully rain. Book now at Marianas Trekking, Saturdays and Sundays by reservation. Call 323-8735 or book at marianastrekking.com.
Hafa Day Tiruwami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday, October 2nd, 2020. Imperial Pacific has failed to make a $3 million payment that was due yesterday to the CNMI government.
On Wednesday, IPI asked the Commonwealth Casino Commission to support its request for an amendment to their current agreement. CCC Chairman Edward De Leon Guerrero.
$3,150,000 is due for the casino regulatory fee. Yeah. Public land is owed $250,000 on the land lease. I cannot imagine how you, Mr. Brown, or anyone who has no knowledge, no authority over the money, can negotiate on behalf of IPI with the Lottery Commission when the question is, what authority do you have? What, do you know where the money is coming from? Do you have authority over that money or no? Should we invite whoever you're talking to in Hong Kong to come to Saipan and appear before the Lottery Commission to talk about that?
Those comments from Wednesday, money due yesterday. Finance Chief David Attelig says the money did not come. Tao Xing represented IPI at the meeting. He did not have many answers for the commissioners, but he did ask them to support another amendment to the licensing agreement.
If we have a commitment on the Amendment 9, that in that case we have a clear picture in terms of our future obligations. And it will be, much easier for us to convince the funding source to fund us, right? Once the money reaches the company, the CEO has the authority. If the money is not here, of course we have no authority, right? I mean, you're correct. So that's why I want to make sure that you all have a copy of amendment number 9, that if you have any suggestions, recommendations, let us know, but we are asking for your support.
Chairman called that request insulting.
We thought you learned your lesson. You obviously didn't do it again. But every month since that time, we reminded IPI about the annual license fee and about the casino regulatory fee. And every month, up until last month, you told us that yes, those are major obligations that have been locked in by the company to honor. Every month, until about a month and a half ago. So for you to come at the 11th hour and expect the Lottery Commission to quickly grant you that, there's nonsense. And we reached the point where it's enough.
Again, we're asking for your support. I really appreciate it if you could give us a new start.
Whatever's there in the lottery and the casino lottery agreement, then that's the business of the commission, not to make negotiation as far as what IPI wants.
Tomorrow, based on the casino license agreement, 20 million is due. That will make you 56 million in the hole.
Officials of the CNMI House, Senate, and Governor's Office worked into the wee hours of Thursday morning to sign a budget law of $101 million. Sally Lemus tells us what to expect in fiscal year 2021.
In a battle against time, lawmakers journeyed through a series of emergency sessions, back-to-back meetings, and long, tiring nights to produce the fiscal year 2021 budget.
I know that the patients have been tested often during the course, but I'm pleased with the professionalism and the patience and the commitment to finish a product.
Governor Ralph Torres signed the bill into law on Thursday morning, just hours before the working day began, which averted a government shutdown. Torres has line vetoed several provisions in the bill, including Chapter 5, Section 601, that would have granted the executive branch to pay utility bills for the 1st and 2nd Senatorial District. A section in the bill that triggered Representative Joseph Lee Pon Guerrero to vote against the passage of the compromise bill.
It bothers me that our only hospital here gets disconnected. And here we are, going to pay for the 1st and 2nd Senatorial District their power. Now, I ask every member here, is this proper? I don't feel comfortable putting my signature into something that I did not support.
Another line item vetoed by the governor is an expenditure reporting requirement for each government entity to be submitted to the presiding officers of the legislature. Governor Torres states a more comprehensive review will be forthcoming in the next couple of days. But what will also come into effect this fiscal year is Austerity Mondays. Chairman Ivan Blanco explains more.
Conference agreed with the Senate that we move the austerity from Friday to Monday, and that is to be in line with the federal government, that when it's Friday here, when it's Monday here, it's Sunday in the United States.
Another important highlight in the bill is the number of positions ceiling.
Any funding of any NOPs that is not filled by March 15, 2021, the funding for that particular NOP will go to Business Unit 1595, which is the debt service account.
The conference committee was also able to find funding that will match the requirement of availing federal medical assistance for the Medicaid program. Floor Leader John Posablon says they pulled out funding from several agencies.
Totaled up into $1,997,279. You add that with the existing Medicaid funding that is there at 3,022,053, and that will give us the figure of 5,019,332.
With this bill, the governor now has unlimited power to reprogram funds solely under the executive branch for the fiscal year. But certain members strongly express opposition towards the power. Governor Torres provides a comment on the issue.
I need this 100% within my branch to make sure that other programs are function. So it's not like I'm tapping funds from the legislature or the judicial. So again, it is needed. Look at now with this COVID, right? I know that I have 100% reprogram under the state of emergency, but at the same time, moving funds from within the department. We see departments need help from other departments, and so giving me this flexibility, it just making sure again that the executive branch continue to function moving forward.
The law states that a written report must be submitted to the presiding officers of the legislature justifying each reprogramming action. Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Limis.
An anonymous call to the United States Customs and Border Protection led to an immediate evacuation at the Saipan International Airport on Thursday. The Commonwealth Ports Authority released that the call was received around 2:18 p.m., where the individual stated an Asiana aircraft arriving in Saipan was to explode. All individuals were evacuated, and CPA, along with the United States Transportation Security Administration, were notified.
Briefed to me that it was more of an answering machine thread or information, and so they did went to the whole protocol. I know there was no update whether they found something or not, but I know that the team, our federal partners, our local partners, they did an excellent job in making sure that every passenger, the cargoes, and was covered. We had canines around. So I don't believe there was anything that they found. And so in essence, so the whole scenario yesterday end up being safe.
The CNMI Department of Labor is implementing a change of operations starting later this month. Here are the details. The CNMI Department of Labor is temporarily suspending in-person appointments for the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. The suspension will take effect starting October 15th and will run until November 30th. DOL states the suspension is necessary for officials to address applications that have not been processed due to errors or incomplete information. This time will also be used to audit overpayments, conduct appeals, and to detect fraud. Anyone with an in-person scheduled appointment up to October 14th may show up to the Department of Labor. DOL will consider in-person appointments depending on the request, and individuals should continue to file initial applications and weekly claims. The CNMI Department of Finance Secretary David Adelig says a new batch of PUA payments will be dispersed today.
September 22nd, I believe, is the batch where we've worked on and cleared. Just needed the green light from Geo Solutions, and we're ready to print.
Okay.
And this is about over 3,000 recipients that will be receiving checks. So whether it's their first submission or their weekly benefits, there's about 3,000 checks that should be printed, needs to be printed.
Adelig says many who were signed up for direct deposit were converted to paper checks due to errors.
We're having issues with bank accounts and transfers of these funds to their accounts, whether it be a routing number or, like I mentioned in the past, they're identified as a savings, but it's a checking account and so forth. So to minimize the delays, we've decided to just convert everyone that is in those categories into a paper check, which we're prepared to do. However, keep in mind, in order for us to do paper checks, we need the system, the Geo Solution system that Labor has contracted out to give us that data to be able to print the checks. So we know the information and we know which recipients are expected to receive a paper check. We just are waiting for GeoSolutions to provide us that, the check, manual check register that allows us to print these checks for them.
3 new positive COVID-19 cases have been confirmed in the CNMI. According to CHCC, the 3 individuals tested positive for COVID upon arrival Thursday and were moved to the isolated quarantine at Kanoa. Contact tracing has been initiated for passengers on the same flight and close contacts. As of October 1st, CHCC states 47 of the positive cases have been from inbound travel and 26 from community screening. 4 individuals remain in isolated quarantine at this time. Coming up, we honor those who have suffered from domestic violence. Stay tuned.
Students get smart savings at IT&E with free selected Samsung Galaxy phones and awesome discounts on plans. Get the Samsung Galaxy A7 One for free and 10 gigs of 4G LTE data for just $45 a month. Choose the Samsung Galaxy A11 for free and 5 gigs of 4G LTE data for just $27 a month. Or browse our entire selection of phones and plans and still get a 10% discount on any monthly plan. Go to ite.net for details.
For all those going out each day, doing what they can to hold us all together, we're here to help those helping us all by keeping our lights on.
Students get smart savings at IT&E with free selected Samsung Galaxy phones and awesome discounts on plans. Get the Samsung Galaxy A7 One for free and 10 gigs of 4G LTE data for just $45 a month. Choose the Samsung Galaxy A11 for free and 5 gigs of 4G LTE data for just $27 a month. Or browse our entire selection of phones and plans and still get a 10% discount on any monthly plan. Go to ite.net for details.
Welcome back to the weekend edition of Channel 2 News. The Department of Commerce announces approval of the CNMI's 2020 Prevailing Wage Study. Sally Lemus reports.
The CNMI Prevailing Wage Study is conducted as part of the requirement for the 2018 CNMI Workforce Act. It is submitted every year to the U.S. Department of Labor for approval of the CW1 visa. Statistics Director Justin Andrew explains why these results are important.
Well, it is important because as the core of the law speaks to the core of the law, I'm referring to the 2018 prevailing wage. I mean, a 2018 Workforce Act. The core there is to not disadvantage any U.S. eligible workers in the economy, so that we conduct a survey and collect all the occupation and wage information, and we have a prevailing wage report. So now it gives a fair level playing field to anyone who applies for the positions here, so that no one is disadvantaged, especially in particular the U.S. eligible workers.
A total of 820 standard occupational classification detailed titles are found in the entire U.S., and 484 was captured from the CNMI survey.
So it means we have about half of the total of all the occupations found in the U.S. economy here in our CNMI economy.
The 2020 PWS report can be accessed on the CNMI Department of Commerce website. Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Lemus.
It is the first ever Virtual Domestic Violence Awareness Month proclamation signing, which brought together many participants throughout the CNMI with one purpose: to stop domestic abuse. The month of October is used to bring recognition to those who have survived, those we have lost, and those who offer support to stop domestic violence.
In the next 30 days, make an extra effort to connect with us. Connect with survivors, advocates, providers, and responders. We recently learned about the power and need for connection. The more we connect, the more we stay united for the sole purpose of eliminating domestic violence, the more we can nourish and cultivate hope.
That is this year's theme, hope. Heal, overcome, protect, and empower. Aimed to help victims and survivors heal from violence, overcome shame, seek resources and safety, and feel empowered. One individual, Jenna Rose Maliola, bravely shared her survival story and hopes to help anyone that may be going through such a traumatizing experience.
The moment he put his hands on me was the moment that made our vows just words. I was not going to go through this abusive and torturous life in the eyes of my son and soon-to-be daughter. So that week, I decided to push through whatever craziness was to come until I was able to go back to work and report it. Craziness is an understatement. The whole week was filled with threats to harm me, to harm others I cared about, throwing objects at me, threats to leave me, the unraveling of a cycle in front of my eyes. The person I had met just a few years prior was nowhere to be found. My plan prevailed and I reported the abuse. I had him arrested, issued a temporary restraining order, and moved off island with my son just to get away. This moment was filled with anxiety and relief. It was a bittersweet experience to feel safe and not safe at the same time. I still thought out all the possibilities of him finding us and doing more harm, but you have to keep moving forward. I don't regret my decision. In fact, it's the best decision I have ever made. I chose me. I chose my family. I chose my happiness for the first time.
With one main message, you're not alone. Lieutenant Governor Honor Palacios signed the declaration to empower victims and survivors.
We've all witnessed within our own families domestic violence. And I thank the coalition for continuing their advocacy efforts in our Commonwealth community to continue to address this dark element of humanity.
There are many support services available in the CNMI. If you are a victim of domestic violence, reach out when you are ready.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, coming up, the KSPN2 Sports Report and a preview of the stars that'll shine tomorrow night, or tomorrow year, whatever.
One of the best things you can do during the pandemic is to get yourself healthy and strong. Gold's Gym is a great place for a tune-up. Wide open workout spaces with dedicated cardio, free weights and machines, personal training, group exercise, and good nutrition. Short-term daytime promo on sale now, just $159 for 3 months. Call 233-4000.
The Tan Soo Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift. Fantastic exercise to build overall strength, particularly in the legs and hips. Remember, we want to make sure that our setup is in good position. If you set up in a bad position, it's not going to look good and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common error setup is obviously a rounded upper back. 2 simple ways of correcting that. All I'm going to have Vince do here is extend his arms up here, and all he's going to do is think about reaching long and pushing his hips back. Reach long and push your hips back. So as you can see, he's already in good position. Now all he's going to do is grab that kettlebell. He's got tension in his legs and in his back. All he's going to do is just stand up tall, finish with his glutes.
Thank you for being here with us.
For finding ways to keep things happening.
For making things feel a lot better.
Thank you.
Energize, realize, feels so good just to be alive. Time's a gift, my time is free. I can spend it on you, you can spend it on me. I can say you'll be blown away by the change you see me. And I feel alright, dance all night, put a little flavor in my life.
Thank you for staying strong with us.
And for us.
Thank you for always connecting.
For keeping us together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding us
that despite this distance,
we are still better together.
Docomo Pacific, better together.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, local baseball and young baseball players remain on the sidelines waiting for a new season in all likelihood, maybe 2021, we hope. Well, here's a look at one of those boys that's ready to roll. It doesn't matter what your background is or where you come from. If you have dreams and goals, that's all that matters. Young Stars Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation. More than any other sport, baseball is a game handed down father to son. Junior League Baseball, Jeremiah Sewell. The third comes from a ball-playing family. Pancho Sewell, his grandpa, and JR, his dad.
Follow my dad's footsteps. And I wanted to be always like him, watches his games. And also follow my grandpa's footsteps.
The 14-year-old Cagman High School student missed Junior League last year, the second straight year of no Junior League, which is for 13 and 14-year-olds. That transition from the small field to the regulation baseball field, one of the most difficult for any developing player in any sport with extra strains on arms and legs. The Pirates, well, they're in a state of limbo right now.
We've been practicing for like 1 or weeks, and then we took a break after that.
Jeremiah is a good all-around athlete who can run fast, but he's stayed away from other sports so far.
Are there other sports you play that you like? That's it, baseball. You follow Major League Baseball? You have any like role models, any guys you really like to make it?
My trout.
His message for all CNMI youth athletes
is don't give up, try hard, and do your best.
Young Stars Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation. MMA fights here for a couple of years now. You know, I've been missing it so much, I made one up that featuring 2 combatants, and I went with a local style that I hope you appreciate. It's called the Island's Big Heavyweight Fight. The stage was set for the Island Heavyweight Championship fight. Food fans couldn't wait. Spam stood in one corner, mighty and proud. Hot dog opposite the ring, obnoxious and loud. Folding chairs in the Pala Pala almost burst under butts of those with great hunger and thirst. That this bout even came about was a testament to the jealousy that led to this predicament. Ever since the military brought this processed stuff, the people in the islands can't seem to get enough. One or the other meat product, locals didn't care, as long as it was there on their dinnerware. Social media, though, finally got to hot dog and Spam. Folks dissed them bad, real bad. Yeah, pseudo-ham. Well, that soured their stomachs. Then, bam! They were no longer friends. They gonna slam. Fighting under MMA rules, marinate my artichokes, the setup was first rate. Spiffy Spam caps abounded in the crowd, while the hot dog freaks looked proud. The round opened with a hot dog heave that glanced off Spam's face, I do believe. Spam's cans of supporters spit out commands. Hot dog would have won if he had hands. Experience moving around a hot skillet, the two island delicacies soon got to it. Spam flattened hot dog, who rolled out and popped up like a Brussels sprout. The meat sweat grease all over the floor. Poor referee Ketchup couldn't handle it anymore. When that bottle fell, the ring turned red as blood. Spam and hot dog stood there in a tomato flood. Unable to proceed, the fight was postponed. At this time, the heavyweight champ is still unknown. Spam and hot dog didn't know what to do. But after the fight, they were invited to a barbecue.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Great customer rep. Always willing to go above and beyond for his customers.
I truly hope she gets noticed at work, since I do see she is a hard worker.
The food technician that visited my home was great and helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. You really keep it up.
Your customer service is always very good.
Awesome customer service with great technicians that are really helpful.
Thank you so much, Sherlyn and Docomo Pacific.
That's so sweet. It feels good to see this kind of messages because we try our best to do customer service.
We make sure that we will 100% resolve the issues.
For all those people that are seeking assistance.
I just want my customers happy.
And help them out each and every day. I would want to go to a place with someone that's just like me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come to Docomo and you'll feel like you're at home.
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com. Hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735. Let's roll at Gold's Gym Saipan with group exercise for every body. Total Resistant Exercise, or TRX, helps develop your core and improve strength. And Zumba toning is probably the funnest way to get fit. The Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplements. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Today's high briefly 85, the low 75, humidity 89%. Tomorrow partly sunny, scattered showers, south winds 10 to 15. That's from a monsoon trough that's blowing through. High 87, low 78, seas 5 feet. Sunrise 6:07, high tide 8:27, low tide at 2:45, and sunset at 6:04. That's it. The weekend begins right now. I gotta go eat dinner, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna have hot dog or Spam, but probably gonna have both. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.